Now, for the rest of these formulae, you have to know something called A. And A is the annuity. Or sometimes you can call this annual. And it basically means the equal cash flows paid out, usually each year. So you can see A coming up a lot in these formulas here. And I think it'll be valuable to look at some example problems where A is used. So in A, basically it says it's how much you're saving or gaining. You're saving if you spent something on capital, you're gaining if you're investing. So it's how much return or cost or savings there are in each year if you spend this amount, for example, in the future. So I think it's best illustrated through example problems. So now that we know all of our definitions, we can see that there are more formulas. We can find the future value given the annual payments or the annual savings. We can find the annual savings given the future value. We can find the annual savings or cost given the present cost or investment that's being made, and we can find the present value given what our returns are or what our cost is every year. And sometimes we do A's as we calculate monthly, but usually it's annually. So you can see that that's a lot of equations, right? I don't expect you to memorize these equations. Another way of figuring out these savings is there's a lot of calculators online. There's apps that do this as well. But I do like you to see that all of these apps, calculators, and tables are based on equations. So these are the equations that they're based on. Now, I'm not going to show you how to use an app to do those equations, but I am going to show you something that's quite common in economics, and those are called interest tables. I've posted an interest table for you that's really nice and easy to use. What it does is at the top of an interest table, it has a title that looks like this. And if you don't know what these are, then it's very confusing. But what these do is they're written in a certain format. So there are brackets and there's a slash in the middle. And so I'm writing the sentence what it means. So how you read this is, I want to find this first item, given that I know this item, at this interest rate for this many periods. Okay, so let's say it's annually, then it would be for 5 periods. So this one reads, I want to find X, given that I know Y, for interest rate I for N periods. This one says I want to find the future value, given that I know that the present value is this amount at this interest rate for this amount of time. So basically, what is my $8,000 worth in the future if right now it's worth $8,000 at an interest rate of 5% for 5 years? And this will tell me this will give me a factor that I can then multiply by P in order to get F. And this one says I'm going to find P if I know the future value. So find P if I know the future value is 10,000, for example, then, and I know that I could have earned 5% on it for 5 years, then what is the present value? I don't know, 8,000. But there are tables that give you a number for this. And there's also these relationships that include A, the amount of gain or loss that you're going to, or cost that you're going to have every year or every month. So that these additional factors correspond with these equations. All right, so you need to know how to actually use these. So here's the interest factor table. Here's what I was talking about, where you're going to have to find the page on your table that has an interest rate that you're corresponding with. So here, you would only be pulling up this table if in your question or in your problem at work, you're dealing with an interest rate of 1.5%. And then you're going to choose a formula or a factor according to what you want to figure out. So for example, if you want to figure out the future value, given the present value, the interest rate, and the number of periods, then you would take this column. And let's say you want to calculate the future value for 5 years, then here's your 5 years. So this case, you have interest rate I equals 1.5 or 0.0015, and you have N equals 5, and then it depends on what you want to calculate. So if I want to calculate future value, then I would choose this column, and where they all intersect is here. And so that's my factor. Oops, it's here. This is my factor. It's 1.0773. Now you need to know what to do with that. What you do with that is you multiply it through. So let's do an example 2.6. In this example, recalculate example 2.4 using single sum future worth. So I want to calculate the future worth. So that's called F, and it is a question mark. We don't know what it is. We want to calculate it. Well, we know that future worth is equal to the present worth times a factor from our charts. That is present worth times the factor of I want future, and I know present, I know interest, I know N. The present worth in my example was 10,000. That's already known. Then I take this factor straight from the tables, and it is, let's just write it in. If I want future given P, 2.5% interest, and 10, N equals 10, 10 years. So I look up this factor. So you'll have your $10,000, which again, that's given in the question above. And then I'm going to find that factor in my tables. So it's worthwhile if you flip through and you go to the effort of finding it in the table, please. And then you just multiply that factor. It'll be 120. It'll be 12,800. So your $10,000 invested at 2.5% for 10 years will be worth $12,800, which is the same result that we had before. So that's how you use the factors. Could you have used the formula? Absolutely. And the other example above looked at the present value. So we had the other example looked at the present value what is the present value of 300,000? So I can call that P or PV. I actually like using PV of 300,000, where I was 7%, remember, for N equals 7 years. Then what we would do here to calculate that is we would say, what is the present value? For the present value, we need to multiply the future value by a factor. And here, I'll just write factor. And that present value is, it's going to be equal to the future value of 300,000. And the factor, I'll just put an extra step in here. The factor you're looking for is present value, given that you know the future value, you know the interest rate, you know N. We want present given future at 7 and 7. We look this up in our chart in the tables, and you'll find that that is 0.6227. And when we calculate this through, we see that, oh, the present value that I had to invest was only $186,810, consistent with our previous answer. So could you have used the formula? Yes, we did use the formula before, but this is how we use these interest table, or these single sum, sorry, what are we calling these? Interest factor tables. So that's how we use the interest factor tables. And I'm just going back up here and I'll show you, I call them the pain tables, because one of them we can rearrange in present value, given that we know the annuity, the interest rate, and the cycles. So when I write that all out, it actually literally spells pain. So I call them the pain tables. So you can use the formulas, or you can use what I call the pain tables.